Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Coach Char, YouTube channel, and you are watching the second and final video of today's Saturday uploads. Now, of course, you saw the video on the construction updates of Colossus Battle of the Giants over at Tayto Park, and you've also seen a previous video in the past few weeks in fact, where I talked about the Zipline Extreme being closed at Tayto Park. Well, we now know the two attractions that are going to be opening in May 2019, because I did mention in that video that they've announced two new attractions. It was a mixed announcement. They're going to close one attraction after 7 years of operation with Zipline Extreme, and they're going to be opening two new attractions that's going to open in May 2019. Now, one we pretty much had an idea about. Next to Zipline Extreme, it was that rumoured Sierra family coaster, and it is true. It's going to be called Flight School. So from the map, from the Tayto Park 2019 map, I'll put the link to the website of Tayto Park in the description down below, so you can book tickets, look on the map if you wanted to, just to check this out. But from the map, it looks as if they've got a grey track and blackish supports, but the logo is quite more colourful. So it's going to be a Sierra family coaster, 1.2 metre height restriction to be on this ride, and it's going to be a identical clone of the Flying Eagle, which is the more recent Sierra family coaster over at Legoland in Billund. So it's going to be a clone of that, and I've seen some videos of the Flying Eagle at Legoland Billund, and it's not a bad family coaster layout, so I think Tayto Park's got a really good one here. The second attraction is what surprised me a bit more. They've gone for a brand new zipline / slide complex that's being built just above Viking Voyage. It's going to be sort of opposite Viking Voyage, I think, on the upper level. This is going to be called Sky Glider. Now, this is, like I said, a zipline / slide complex. So again, if you look on the map, you've got like a nice spiral slide, so it's kind of like a junior version of the old Zipline Extreme structure. Funnily enough, that's another big thing that I found on the map. That's still there because they've got the rock climbing wall up the side of it. So they kept the rock climbing wall, but they kept the structure. They just removed the zip lines from there. So I mean, this Sky Glider thing, I mean, it's a zipline / slide complex. So you see the slide, but I'm guessing the zip line's towards the side, perhaps. I think it's like a junior zip line and things like that. Now, I believe what I've heard from the map is that Sky Glider and Flight School, the two new attractions, are both 5 tokens. From what I hear, I mean, Tayto Park has a very interesting system. It seems as if they can pay for the. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but it's like a pay for ride separately thing. Because I saw on the map something like 5 tokens for these two new rides, or 2 new tokens, between 2 and 5 tokens. So I'm not sure if it's a wristband into the ride, or you just build up the tokens on your wristband. I don't know if it's one of them parks or not. I'm still yet to personally do my research on Tayto Park, because I need to find out more about this park, especially with, you know, the 2 coasters for 2021 being planned and on the verge of being agreed and completed. Well, actually, to be fair, they have been completed and agreed, but you know, there's been some opposition recently, so they're having to sort that out, make sure they can work around that. Of course, this year with the 2 new rides, I'm sure 2020 is going to be an easily bigger year. They've been talking about a hotel in the near future. Maybe 2020 is the year where they're going to announce the Tayto Park Hotel, perhaps. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there with Tayto Park. I mean, the Sky Glider attraction, that zipline side complex looks not a bad investment for families. I think Flight School, like I said, it's an identical copy of Flying Eagle at Legoland Billund, so that's going to be an interesting model to go for. And I do feel as if, you know, this is the time for these investments. I mean, the fact they've closed Zipline Extreme and they're opening like a zipline slide complex somewhere else in the park, it's sort of replacing one attraction with a different version of that attraction. So they haven't, in my opinion, lost an attraction. They've just shortened down an attraction and added a little bit more to it, as well as opening that new family coaster. Of course, those of you who are local to Tayto Park will probably be most excited for 2021. With the Vekoma Suspended Thrill Coaster and the Vekoma Family Boomerang both set to open in 2021. And like I said, 2020 is that free year where they've got nothing planned at the minute. But I'm sure that's going to change. And of course, when we get new updates, we'll bring it to you here on Coast Charlie YouTube channel. But I'm absolutely certain that that'll be the end of, you know, there won't be a space free for new plans for 2020. I'm sure they've got something in the works for next year already, or they're going to start putting things in the works for next year. And like I said, I'd really love for that year, just before the two coasters open, I want that year to be the year of the planned Tayto Park Hotel. So Tayto Park over in Ashbourne in Ireland is a really ever-growing park, rapidly growing park. They've got a great ride lineup. One of my favourites in the lineup, personally, is that wooden coaster, the Cuckoo Lane, built by Gravity Craft. The Cuckoo Lane wooden coaster, built in 2015. It's an absolutely fantastic ride. It's a brilliant wooden coaster. You got other things like the Air Race, the Rotator, which is like a discus flat ride that goes all the way around. They've got the famous Tayto Crisp Factory, because of course the park is themed around the Tayto Crisps over in Ireland, or originated in Ireland. So it's a really interesting theme to go for. I'd love to see Cadbury World do their own theme parks now and do like a Cadbury Adventure Park or something. I think with the success of Tayto, maybe Walkers can get involved. I think other brands could get involved. Not too many. We don't want to go too brand heavy, but something like a Cadbury or a Walkers would love to do their own parks here in the UK, I'm sure. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there with these developments. So there we go. So that's this news update then from Tayto Park, and that is it for today's videos. I'm sure you loved the construction updates from Colossus Battle of the Giants over at Hardy Park Resort. And I'm sure you'll love this news update from Tayto Park. It's some very interesting news. I mean, there's been other little sections of news, etc. And I am currently thinking about planning on doing something with the newsrooms, with the news sections next year. But again, I'm not going to mention anything now because it's till next year. Might tease something in Halloween, depending how the plans go. So thank you very much for watching this new YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. My name is Coach Charlie YouTube channel. Keep living the Coast Life of Dudes, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.